to stay. On your path the truth unfolds, guides will whisper stories told. Let your journey now begin, in the magic let's dive in. So tell me, what do the cards reveal? What's the truth they conceal? She's the high priestess with the key to every question that's haunting me. A lover's heart or a warning from the past. In the terror's embrace, I'm spellbound at last. Truth's come undone, it's a dance we must face. In the chaos I find my place. In the tarot's embrace, I'm spellbound at last. Truth's come undone, it's a dance we must face. In the chaos I find my place. The moonlight glows, the veil is thin. Lunar affinity will call again. Thanks for walking in the light, where guides whisper pure insight. Until we meet, the cards will wait. Mystic whispers guide your fate. With every message our spirits send, for cosmic dreams our souls transcend.
Hello everyone. Welcome into another live stream. Hopefully you guys are having a good night. All right, so we've got a couple questions dropped. If you have a yes/no question for tonight, go ahead and put those in the chat, and we're going to get started here in just a minute. All right, we're going to start with Amanda. Amanda McNeil. Amanda, I am getting a yes. I have the Three of Cups, which is third party energy. This is for Brittany. No. I'm getting a no for Brittany, Seven of Swords, Five of Wands. Please make sure you guys are liking the live stream if you dropped a question in the chat. This is for Shirley. I am getting a yes, Knight of Cups. Alessandra. You're welcome, Shirley. I'm getting a yes, Alessandra, Four of Pentacles and King of Pentacles. This is for Ray. Eight of Pentacles is a yes for me, Ray. Sophie, no. Ten of Swords. You're welcome, everyone. Please make sure if you dropped a question that you have liked the live stream. I have noticed that not everyone is doing that, so please take the chance now to do that. We're doing yes, no questions for free for just a few more minutes. One question per person, like the live. Make sure it's yes, no format. This is for Scorpio Brits. No, the devil. Isha. Will Frank contact you? I have a no for Isha. It's kind of like a maybe, but I'm going to go with no for this question, just because I'm seeing the Ten of Swords as well. Two of Swords was your card. All right, this is for Chelsea. I am getting a yes, Chelsea. 10 of Cups and the Empress. Rose. I'm gonna say yes, Rose. I have the Justice card here. The Justice card talks about like honesty and trust. So you have to be very get very real with yourself in terms of making this happen. But I feel like it's on your side for success if this is what you're wanting. You're welcome, Chelsea. All right, guys, just about one more minute of the free list, and then we will be doing donations after that. You're welcome. Pete, you got in just in time. Let's see what we got for you. I am getting a yes, Page of Swords. Isha, that's good. I'm glad that he decided to message you. That's awesome. Hey girl, so you have a mini reading that you wanted me to do for you? Is this I'm trying to remember last night's reading. Um is this the one that I said is there's unfinished business and you said you might block him? Or is this the other one? Oh, okay. Yeah, I had a feeling this one was gonna be tricky. Okay, so Philomena, this is like an interesting message interpretation from spirit. They I'm gonna preface this and say that spirit sometimes will be very confusing or indirect if they want you to make a decision on your own. So they're not always gonna outright say, this is for you, this is for your highest good. Now, most of the time, majority of the time, that is what happens. However, sometimes spirit is like, look, she's got to make this choice for herself to figure it out. If this person's reminding you of your ex, you could be in a position where you feel like you're just repeating patterns and repeating cycles, and maybe you're noticing some red flags from this person, and you've got to figure out for yourself, have I learned this lesson, or do I give this person a shot? Now, if you're asking me for guidance from this reading, because I have a lot of very, very conflicting cards, I'm talking like feeling defeated and inspired, feeling like this is, um a very hopeful 10 of Pentacles to heartbreak. And I have found over the last 6 years or however long I've been doing readings that when spirit doesn't give me like a straight up answer and gives me a lot of conflicting cards, it's because they don't necessarily want to tell you what to do. But what I will say is, I reworded this. Instead of saying, should you give him a chance? I said, should she hear him out? And I did get a yes on that question. So I feel like Spirit is encouraging you to set up some kind of arrangement with Sebastian to allow him to explain himself. And then the decision that you make from that point forward, giving him a chance or not, needs to be a decision that you make for yourself. I feel like Spirit is wanting you to trust your gut more, your intuition more. But at the same time, I do feel there's a green light or a blessing or something like that for you to move forward with Sebastian in a way to just allowing himself to explain himself. I feel like there is encouragement here for you to at least hear him out. Now, you can say, okay, Sebastian, like, I'll hear you out, but I'm going to give you a phone call or I'm going to give you a FaceTime. Hey, Queen, welcome in. Or you can meet up with this person face to face and let this person explain themselves. But you don't have to walk away from that conversation having your mind made up. You can just say, look, I wanted to give you the opportunity to hear you out. You seem very adamant and eager to communicate with me. I'm not making any promises, but I'm willing to hear what you have to say. And then from that point on, we'll take it from there. I feel like that's what Spirit is asking and encouraging you to do. But I don't think that they want you to make a choice going in blind. And hearing someone out is not necessarily the same as giving someone a chance. Giving someone a chance means that you're willing to open yourself up, your heart, your emotions, to explore a connection with someone in a romantic way. Whereas hearing someone out is just giving yourself more information, more facts for you to make the best decision for yourself. So, depending on what exactly you wanted to get from this reading, should you give him a chance? Should you hear him out? I think you should hear him out. Pursuing a romantic connection, I don't feel very clear about that, and I want to be very transparent with you that I don't have confidence either way that Spirit is saying yes or no to this, because there's a lot of conflicting messages in this reading. But yeah, I feel like I'm just repeating myself now. So that's what I think, and you can determine how you want to move forward. Do you want to hear him out? Do you want to do this in person? Do you want to do this over the phone? How much of yourself are you willing to put yourself out there to let this person explain themselves? That also is your call as well. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, that's good. Then I'm happy you were able to make that decision. And you feel good about that decision too, right? He feels like you're not giving him a chance because of your past. I mean, maybe he is, on to something there, but he can't make you do something that you don't want to do. You clearly have seen some kind of sign or repeating behavior or similar, we'll call them flags from an ex, and just the things that he does, it's making you be reminded of this person, okay? And whether or not you give him a chance is not his choice. Okay, he can't force you into doing something that you don't want to do. If there's not a connection here, or if there is, but you feel like it's not the right one for you, he needs to just accept that. Him wanting to prove himself to you is admirable to a certain extent, but he also needs to respect how you feel. And if you've turned him down multiple times, he needs to accept that. Hey, girly girl. You donated? Oh, for an in-depth reading? What would you like me to look into for you? All right, let's take a look. Oh. Getting some water. That's funny. I just grabbed my water bottle too. Okay. Has forgive me for not remembering, but has your birthday passed since you guys have not been talking? Okay. Wait, does that make you a Cap or a Sag? Ooh. I actually like that mix. You're my sister sign. I think that's why we get on so well. You're my sister sign because I'm Gemini. You're a Sag. And then I'm a Cap stellium. And you're a Cap cusp. So I feel like we kind of get each other in that way. I love it. Inside my gut was like, I feel like Sag, but I was debating with myself, and that makes a lot of sense. Oh. Oh, he's a Leo, right? Yeah, we're still in Leo season. Oh, wow. Such a mixture. I can sense the Scorpio rising, actually. So the strength card is here, which is like that Leo energy coming out with the 9 of Swords and the 2 of Swords. So he's kind of in this place where like he's still going to try to enjoy himself. He's going to try to enjoy his day. But I feel like there is a level of disappointment here, okay? I think that in his mind, realistically, he knows he's not going to hear from you. But as the day passes, it's becoming more and more real. And he's realizing that maybe he did have his hopes up a little bit that he would hear from you in some capacity. I feel like he was like, it's debatable, but I think that there was still some kind of small hope or feeling of there's a possibility that he would hear from you. However practical or realistic that expectation is, I still feel like he was hoping. So it's Tuesday technically. So would that mean that his birthday is today, the 19th? Yeah, because I have the 2 of Pentacles, and so he's kind of saying, like, if I were to hear from her, it really would be a toss-up. I know odds are slim that I would quote-unquote win and that I would hear from her. But I have the 4 of Swords, and so this is the card of silence, not hearing from you, and definitely disappointment. I think that actually I'm kind of picking up I feel like every time he thinks about you today and realizes that you're not in communication and that you have not communicated with him, his heart sinks, like his stomach drops, like it's almost like a gut punch. And it's like, so he'll go like, okay, he'll wake up at his normal time, an hour ago, he'll look at his phone and be like, oh, it's fine, like we still have plenty more time for the rest of the day, she might reach out still, and then like 2 hours later he realizes he still hasn't heard from you, and it's like his heart sinks, and then he's like, okay, but there's still time, and it's like I feel like it gets closer and closer and closer to the end of the day, and it's like less and less and less hope. And the reason why I'm feeling like that stomach drop feeling is because I just pulled the fear card. Kind of like when something unexpected happens, or you're disappointed about something, or you're fearful that something you want isn't going to happen. It's like makes your stomach feel all crazy. So yeah, that's kind of what it feels like. Is he keeps trying to like convince himself that there's so much more time left in the day and that there's still a possibility he'll hear from you. Let me see. There's a reading where you said even if he's on a trip, he would think of you. He posted that he was in Florida and rented the same car you told him you wanted to buy next. Oh my God. That's a good confirmation. A part of him will feel like not hearing from you like a failure, like he failed you, like he failed your connection. Considering birthday shout outs and birthday wishes and things like that was like a thing between the 2 of you, I think it's going to sting even harder for him. Because it's one thing to want a happy birthday from someone knowing you're probably not going to get it, but then it adds a whole nother layer of disappointment and feelings of failure when it was actually more like an inside thing between the 2 of you, not really an inside joke, but you get what I'm trying to say. It was kind of like your thing. It was like something that you guys did. And, in his mind, I think he was like, wow, like I really put a wrench in this. Like I really stopped her from feeling like she could communicate with me. And that's my fault. He really tries to be patient throughout the day. But I think by the end of it, when he doesn't hear from you, it feels sucker punch because it almost tells him, or confirms, I should say, where he stands with you. And while he shouldn't just assume things, right? Like he shouldn't just let that be that, he will make the assumption that you guys are in a more fragile place than maybe he was hoping you would be or something. I don't know where he would get the expectation that you guys are fine, because clearly you guys are not, and you're not in communication, but maybe in his mind he felt, oh, there's still hope, there's still a chance. And when he doesn't hear from you, it's almost like his worst nightmare coming true, because it's almost like confirming for him that you guys are not in a good place right now. Which again, like I said, logically he knows that, but I almost feel like it just really sets it in stone for him. And there's definitely a feeling of disappointment that comes along with that. I feel like his pride is a bit wounded as well. As we know, pride is associated with Leo energy, and he's showing that, like, he's definitely hurt by this. But more than anything, lovely, I feel like any hurt or disappointment he feels, he finds a way to circle it back onto himself. I don't think he blames you for anything. I really don't. So, like, if he doesn't hear from you, he's not mad or disappointed or upset with you. He doesn't feel like you are the one that failed him. He feels like it's his fault. Right. Yeah, no, I totally get that for sure. This might, honestly, lovely, this might kind of bum him out for a little while, but I do feel like this will probably light that fire again for him, because it's just going to remind him that you will be the one to be chased until you feel you're given equal effort, and then you'll meet him in the middle. But until then, this is up to him. And I think that it will kind of light a fire within him. He'll get that back, but I think that this will bum him out for a couple of days at least. But then I think he'll realize, like, adjustments need to be made. So, this isn't necessarily him giving up hope, but it's more like confirming his fears that you guys aren't in that same place that you once were, Does that answer your question? You're welcome. I know you're going to be thinking of him today, but hopefully he has a good birthday despite everything. It's hard not to be there next to someone celebrating in their birthdays. If you guys are on the outs, no matter what, like, that's tough. No matter what's transpired, I know that it's hard. Like, even if you're, like, think about friendships that you guys aren't friends anymore or whatever, like, you still will think of them on their birthday. And so it does come with, like, a bittersweet feeling. So I know that for you, you may not be like sad, but I know you're going to be having like feelings about it. So like, I don't really know what to say about that. I just am acknowledging that that's a little weird. But yeah, hopefully he does have a good birthday though. Good. I'm glad to hear it. Well, thanks for stopping in. I think I'm going to go ahead and hop off of here. Finish folding my clothes and get in the shower. It's been kind of slow tonight, so I think maybe I just need to accept that, and I'll be back tomorrow. You too, friend. I'll see you next time.